The Lord be with you and with your spirit. A reading from the Holy Gospel. Glory to you, Lord. He had many followers. There were, however, that rejected him. There were some Jewish leaders that doubted Jesus and his message and wanted to trick Jesus. Pharisees approached Jesus and asked, "Is it lawful for a husband to divorce his wife?" Testing him, he said to them in reply, "What did Moses command you?" They replied, "Moses permitted a husband to and dismiss her." But Jesus told them, "Of the hardness of your hearts, he wrote you this commandment." God made them. For this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, no human being must separate. In the house, questioned Jesus about this. He said to them, "And marries another." commits adultery against her. And if she divorces her husband and marries another, she commits adultery. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Can we really imagine the perfect world and everyone was married and had a successful marriage? That would be okay, right? Okay, but can you imagine? Imagine it. What about a dream? Could it be true? It's not true. We all know that. So, what Jesus is trying to show us in this gospel is that marriage is not perfect. They make a almost perfect marriage. So, marriage from the beginning. What happens during the wedding? What happens at the beginning? What is this concept or this wedding make the marriage successful? Making the promise to God, making the vows, the vows. Many times people show the proof of promise, and what would the ring, the house, the dress, the party. Where you the dress. Okay, so it might be we know they loved each other. And my mother's father passed away at a young age. So there was only a few years of marriage. So my and my mother passed away at almost 60 years old. At her marriage ring. She had it on all her life. The ring. But the symbol, the sign, shows the commitment, right? And how can we make that promise, that vow successful? Trusting. Okay, so let me put it this way. Sometimes when we start, we have to start with maybe not being perfect, right? But we have that inner desire to be perfect. We have to be involved with God. We have to be led with God. No, we have to make a promise to ourselves. Just like the boy and the girl. So there's a before picture and there's an after picture. So if we tell ourselves, I want to look like this, I want to have a six, what do? We exercise, we work hard for our goals, right? We exercise. And what do? We keep a strict promise. Well, not today. We're not going to achieve that goal, right? We're not going to get that six pack. We're not going to get to our goals. So these young people made a promise to themselves and said, I will work out. I will. It's mental discipline. So from the beginning, our spirit has to be trained, our flesh, so that we can maintain that promise and reach our goals and get to a better version of ourselves. But we have to keep that promise every single day. We have to make successful. So, do I look like that? Probably not, right? It'd be nice, but so it's a promise that whatever goal we have in mind, we're supposed to keep that promise. So when people make a promise, probably at another group, and they want to be successful, what do they have to do? They have to help. Something like this. So how is it that this group